May is here and it's time for me to bring you guys the best mobile games that are dropping this month or that just dropped a few days ago. I have a list of 10 incredible games that I would even play myself that you have to know about, you have to take a look at, and possibly even download to give a shot to. So let's dive into the top 10 mobile games releasing in May 2023. First on today's list is Farming Simulator 23. Now this is probably my least excited game on the list. I figured I'd start it out with one that maybe you won't be excited about either, but the cool thing about this game, if you're into farming style simulators, is this one has over 100 different types of vehicles that you can utilize on your farm. Create your farm, be productive, and build up the game that you really will enjoy, because if you like simulation style games, this is a really great option for you. Now, of course, they put a lot of effort into this trailer and into this chicken, but is the game as good? You're gonna be the judge of that. Next up is Peridot, and this game is gonna remind you quite a bit of Pokemon Go, as it does the same for me. Inside of this game, you're gonna be breeding, capturing, creating, and enjoying these cute little creatures that you're gonna be finding in the real world. That's right, this is another one of those games where you will be opening up your exploration outside the door into the real world to find these cute little creatures. Now you may say, Echo, why would I try this game if it's like Pokemon Go and it's kind of a similar style gameplay? Well, I would say if you're into that style game, it's always cool to try out another option to see if they changed the things that you maybe didn't care about in Pokemon Go, if the mechanics inside of this game are better. We could all be our own judges to that. This one, though, is a really nice looking game with a lot of potential. Lost Worlds Beyond the Page. What we're looking at here is an adventure but casual style game that is definitely one that's very story driven as well as extremely atmospheric. What I mean by that is this game is very much driven by the story and the artwork within the game. With that being said, it is being held together by the type of gameplay that it actually is, which is puzzles and problem solving. When you mix all of these things together, you definitely have yourself a casual style game, but that really looks great, has great story, and is something different than many other games on the market right now. Free to play, super casual, super relaxing, and super fun. Honkai Star Rail is up next, and I just put a video featuring this game out on my channel last week. I played it as it dropped because this did drop about 1 week ago, and it was really a fun game. It's an RPG style game with idle elements, but definitely a really fun one. It mixes the idle RPG with an open world experience that gives you tons of customization, gorgeous artwork, really great music throughout, and a cyberpunk world. I think that the artwork here, the colors and the music really stand out and give this that feel of a Genshin Impact, but in an RPG style game. Really big potential here. I think this game is going to grow and be very big over time. Plus, it is cross-platform. This one right here is definitely one to try out if you're into games of this genre. So tell me, are you a mustard or a mayonnaise person? What condiment do you put on your sandwich? Let me know in the comments below. And next on the list is Omega Strikers. This is a 3v3 soccer style, or excuse me, football style game where you get to play with others and you just try and score your goals. A pretty simplistic style game here. Definitely has an arcade feel to it, and I actually love the top-down view that you have within the game. Now you're gonna have all different characters that you can unlock, all which hold different abilities, enabling you to get your chances of scoring goals either better or worse, depending on what characters you gain your skills in. I really like this one. It actually reminds me of like a T3 Arena with how the characters are created and how they look, but obviously gameplay is something that is very different. If you're into soccer or football style games, sport games in general, or maybe even like a arcade style feel game, this is one that could really do well for you and that you probably would like. I like it because it's really a casual style game, but that can also have extremely competitive elements to it as well. This one's a pretty big must play. And the next game is Peglin. This one I'm kind of excited about. It's another one of those casual style games. It reminds me of like a block breaker style game. You know, you all played those back in the day when mobile games started becoming a thing. Everyone had block breaker on their phone, or bubble buster, or one of those style games. Well, it has that same element to it, but you have this cute little guy that's like alien-esque that kind of runs the show, drops in the bevels, and just allows for the fun to be had. It also adds an RPG element to the game as well, as you break the blocks and balls throughout the game. Super casual here. This is not something that's going to be giving you tons of guides and walkthroughs and tutorials, but it is a fun game that you could progress in, upgrade your character, utilize the different things that you unlock throughout the game to enhance your gameplay, and just enjoy. Worms WMD Mobilize. Worms goes mobile, and this game is super fun. It's extremely destructive, where you're going to be destroying everything in sight. You guys all know this game. I mean, this has been on consoles for a while, but now there's a mobile version of it as well. It's something that's really fun. It has the 1v1 multiplayer as well as co-op game modes inside of the game, so it's not just something that you could play solo, but the goal here is to be destructive. Now, with that being said, this game does have a price tag. It is not free, and it's right now going for $6 in the App Store, so if you want to spend a few bucks and really get into this game and into the franchise that you've probably played for years, you gotta do it for $6. But the microtransactions are non-existent, so that'll be the last $6 you ever spend inside of the game, which is kind of refreshing because lately things have been getting kind of crazy in mobile. This one is really fun though, and I love it when games that we know from console make their way into the world of mobile. Ooh, Lego Bricktails. What this game reminds me of is Minecraft. Essentially, this is a mobile version of a Minecraft style, sandbox style game that's just built around the Lego universe, which I am quite the fan of. I love Legos and I love these types of games, and I think that you may like this one as well. I think it does what it does very well. It adds a ton of creativity, artisticness, and really nice music and sounds throughout the game. If you want to be creative, make things and then utilize them in that world, this could be a great option for you, especially if you're looking for that experience on mobile. With that being said, this game is not free. It has a price tag of $5, but another one of those games that's taking away the microtransaction element inside and giving you an upfront price tag. I don't know how that's going to fare in the long run, but it is nice to know that you won't have to spend any more. The game is really fun, gives you a ton of creativity options, and is good for the older folk, for you, and for your kids. The Oregon Trail Boomtown. Now, no, this is not the Oregon Trail that you remember when you were a kid or when your parents were a kid. Showing my age right there, I guess. But this one is not where you're just gonna go out and hunt for deer. No, this is essentially a farming simulator that's kind of been built around the Oregon Trail IP, which is something that's very popular. This game's casual, fun, farmy, you know, you get the idea. The next game that we have is quite strange, with quite the price tag as well, made by the director of Metal Gear Solid 5. We have a game that is extremely story driven, with questions that are going to take you along your path inside of the game. I mentioned that this thing has a price tag on it, and that price tag is $18, which is actually extraordinary for a mobile game. This one's going to bring in clues, creativity, and questions for you along the way. Not particularly a game that I would enjoy playing, but I know there's a lot of people that are into the Metal Gear scene and that may just like these types of games overall. If you're one of those people and have $18 laying around, you may want to give this one a try. But I know again that this is not for everyone. If you love mobile games or free games on Steam and you want to always keep up to date on what is best and what is new, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on my daily videos giving you exactly that guidance.